D Today. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235. Well, welcome to KAZ Radio TV Network. We are located in the heart of 7100 Euclid Avenue, and I'm Lady D with what's going on today. We are so honored to have a special guest in the house, no other than Mr. James himself.
Yeah. What's going on?
Welcome. And how are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Excellent. So, Mr. James, I would like for you to start off by telling our audience something about who you are.
All right. Well, as you know, my name is Mr. James. A lot of the community know me as AU. I wear many hats as a philanthropist, a motivational speaker, an inspirational liver, educator, producer. I make music, and I just try to change the world with everything I touch.
So you just a jack of all trades.
Something like that.
Okay, and are you motivating the youth?
Every day.
Awesome. So I would like for you to tell me, could you share with us the inspiration behind the food thought of the annual food drive and how it
Okay.
has evolved over the years for you?
Okay. So, food for thought started off as at first, I was always, I would send these little messages out to my peers, try to educate them on certain things that can help them their life better. And I began to change my life and my own diet, and I could see the change, and I could also feel it. So I go to one of my mentors, and I'm asking her, I'm like, how do I get this to the people? She said, what's gonna make them want it? And she's like, you think about that and call me back. And I was like, okay, we can just give it to them. Like if we gave them the food and they taste it or something, then they'll figure out they like it. And this was back when COVID was intact. So, my original idea was just to have people pull up. We'd put a little information in the bag and give them some produce.
Okay.
Because people couldn't go outside. Everybody had to have their mask on.
Okay.
And so we ended up doing it that first year, and it ended up being almost like a small festival. We partnered with the food bank. We partnered with a DJ, and we fed over like 150 families. And then we rounded up the next year. We had the Black Nurse Society come out. We fed over 200 families. We gave away turkey dinners that year. Was able to give more, and we added brochures with featuring nutritional guidelines, workout strategies, breathing methods, all for the community to take. So now I'm giving you the stuff. Here's information that you can know what to do with it.
Okay.
And this year we're looking at having a bouncy house out for the kids. I got a photo booth. I got yoga instructors. I got brochures for the kids, teaching them on like fun foods that they can make at home by themselves.
Right.
With different fruits and vegetables. I got sea moss juice samples. I got a lot going on. So you're going to have to come out and check it out. And we also giving away school supplies this year.
Awesome. Now since you jumped ahead and we jump right into your food of thought of your program that you're going to be having, tell our listeners, when is this going to be?
Food for Thought is going to take place, and this is our third annual Food for Thought. It's going to take place August 13th between 124th and 125th in St. Clair, right across the street from Save a Lot. If you know the Glenville area or you know where Open Pit at, if you drive by, you can't miss us. We out there. We're going to have the watermelons, the pineapples, the ginger, the kale, what you could think of, I'm going to have it.
Awesome. So will there be any food demonstration classes going on out there?
We
for the
definitely
people
will
in
be
the
doing
neighborhood?
smoothie demos outside, teaching the families how to make smoothies. with certain different recipes. Something easy that they can learn right on the spot.
And tell our audience the benefits of having these wonderful vegetables and fruits in their diet on a daily basis, on a regular.
What it is we really at war in these communities. In that community specifically, it's a food desert. So a lot of these kids grow up thinking eating hot fries and hot Cheetos, or nowadays it's the Takis with the MSG in it, and it's changing their cognitive behavioral pattern in the way that they think. So we putting trash into our bodies, in our gut, which is at our first brain, and all that's doing is sending trash information to our brain. We having trash thoughts. We grow up to live trash lives and having trash ideals, and some of these people make trash decisions and end up incarcerated or
Or not being here at all.
exactly. So
Yes.
we really at war. So putting the good nutritional value foods like watermelons and mangoes and the right vegetables into our bodies help us have better thoughts. And I don't know about anybody else, but I can't eat a mango without smiling. It's just too good. So like, why not be happy and eat something that's beneficial instead of the swine? Or like in that area, it's really gas station food, liquor stores. You got the open pit and Omar's and Save a Lot. I'm not knocking none of those businesses around there, but where's the actual nutritional value in the neighborhood with all these people? It ain't none.
Right. And I wonder, why do well, how come our communities are always filtrated with the liquor store, the corner store with all the junk, and then they give us the lowest grade of food for a chain store?
That's just where they do it. And if we talking about from like plate, from farm to plate, like even Save a Lot, that food goes from a farm to the back of the truck to the warehouse to a grocery store. Then whatever they don't want, it gets discarded, and then it goes into these communities, into the lower selling stores like Save a Lot or something like that. So that food done traveled so many times. We really want to encourage people to grow their own, but for right now, if they don't know what to grow, let's give them a sample and show them what this can do for you instead of just eating the same trash.
And are we talking about how to, because there's preparation involved and cleaning our fruits and vegetables. You're going to go over that as well with them, because there's so many chemicals that are sprayed, on the fruits and vegetables. You need to do that as well.
Right. So what we're gonna do is like I said, I got information and brochures that we giving out to the people that advise them on how to and what to do with these fruits and vegetables. And what this is supposed to do, like I told you, the fruits and the vegetables, that's just to get them. The environment, the idea is the education. We want to educate the people to start thinking about what they eat more, or even living this lifestyle. I'm not a Dr. Sebi, but you know what I'm saying? This might encourage someone to go and do their own research and change their whole lifestyle. I got people that I know that just has changed around completely, like completely think different, everything. So
Yeah.
like you can see the results.
Yeah. Because when you eat right and you do your you get out and you get the fresh air and you exercise and you're not filling your lungs up with all these chemicals, our gas stations and our corner stores, it hurts me to see all this flavor chemicals that we are smoking. Okay? It's killing you guys. You don't know. You don't feel it now. But years later, you don't know what the side effects is going to be to your lungs. You are putting toxins in your system, and they need to stop selling this stuff in our communities. They need to just take it off the shelves, period. Okay? Because our system is really it's double-edged. We want you to live healthy, but yeah, we're going to sell it to you because it's all about making that money.
Right.
So now it's time to educate.
Exactly.
Are you going to get out into the school systems and start working? Because if you could take families and the little ones together and teach them a healthy style, that would be great. They could practice.
So I want to get into the school systems. I'm working on that. Dealing with the current school system that I'm working with, it's a lot of red tape. They got some new people in charge, so it's a lot of stuff is hard to do. But I found out that it's dealing with school systems or districts that control their own budget.
Right.
It's easier to work. But what I've also found is that there's two districts that I found that control their own budget. Orange and Bedford. Now I ain't knocking nobody, but I don't really think they need my help that much.
Okay, okay, well then that's good.
I
I mean,
wanna
if they're doing the right
I
thing.
want to actually go and attack these urban areas that actually have food deserts, because to get to a Whole Foods or a Fresh Times or even any high produce value store, it's like 15, 20 miles away. Orange and Bedford, they got a Whole Foods down the street. It's a
Right,
Fresh Time down the street.
right.
It's a decent. It's even a Giant Eagle down the street. You know what I'm saying? They got to save a lot.
We have some, you have options.
Right.
Yeah, so it's good to know where your options is. And even, even not can save a lot because, you can still go in there and get some fruits and vegetables,
Yeah, you can.
and fruits and vegetables are really fruits and vegetables. You may pay a little lower price, but it's still good. We're not
Yeah.
going to knock that, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So now, tell me, your work encompassing professional speaking and education, your music production. How do these various aspects intersect and contribute to your mission?
They are intertwined just because it's a lifestyle. It's not like I said. I'm not just a motivational speaker. I'm an inspirational liver. So I grow, and you can see my growth in the music that I make, the things that I discuss, and the talks or speeches that I give at events when people come out. You can see what I'm talking about then. And being an educator, as far as educating the youth or adults or even businesses, have me come out to motivate their companies at the end or beginning of their fiscal year to have them in the right headset. It all intertwines, but the best part about it all is being able to work with the kids. So being in the school systems and being able to see the kids' needs and being able to relate to them, because I make music. So, and I'm a little bit younger and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not just a teacher, how they look at the teachers all the time. I'm somebody that they can relate to, and it's easier to get to them and educate them so they listen.
Now, you have Got Knocked, which is your nonprofit organization. It's focused on empowering, like I said, our youth and their talents and passions. Can you elaborate a little bit on the impact?
So, Gotnak is actually that's my spouse's nonprofit. It's 501(c) certified. They have been in business and empowering the community for, I want to say, the last 4 years, doing events such as pageants, fashion shows, model workshops, and even giveaways back in the community as well. Something recent that I can that's inspiring me to just even do more work is that we've had kids come out and fundraise for us for the Food for Thought program, and they gave us a call 2 days later at their own house doing their own fundraiser in a car wash and a garage sale. It was a 2-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old outside trying to raise their own money.
See there, that's awesome. And let's what is her name? Because I heard you say your other half, your
Yes.
spouse.
Yep. Her name is Donisha Jones.
All right. I had a chance to meet both of you at the Giving Circle. So it was just awesome. And I do want to thank you both because you came and supported us with our back to school drive on July 22nd. You guys came out, you jumped in, you helped load our buses with all the back to school supplies. So, we appreciate that because that's what we have to do. We have to help each other in our endeavors.
Got to be hand in hand.
Because it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about us as a community.
Right.
So I want to ask you also now, you also advocate for mental and self-awareness. How does this play in your personal journey?
So in my personal journey, I like to tell people I've always been this way for a long time, because I have, but I do the work, and mental health is real. No matter how many people may fabricate it or say that it's an excuse, it's real. Psychology is real. There are different ways of looking at psychology. Currently am still studying a few of the forms of them. The way they work is you still got to know yourself in order to deal with other people. So if you getting mad at somebody and you can't explain to yourself why you mad, then it's time to take a seat back and really watch yourself, pay attention to yourself. Because without knowledge of self, you won't really go far in interpersonal relationships or business relationships with a lot of people, because you won't know why you feel certain things or why you want to do certain things or even interact. And I feel like we should start this this work with kids, teaching them social and emotional learning. Just because, like, the earlier they know themselves and know why they react or don't react to certain things, it'll help them go further in life.
Slow the anger process, because I think that's what the world right now. Everyone is running around here and they're all full up and they're angry about something or not happy with something personal their own selves. So people are walking around here with a firebomb, the least little thing, and here's an explosion. And you're right. We need to grab our babies and teach them about. You don't get upset. You don't have to get angry because something didn't go your way. You got to spend time. Time is important.
I tell people all the time, my favorite thing to say, because I live by it, they don't got a problem with you. They got a problem with them. And it's not your job to help them figure out that problem with them. Let them have their problem, and you go about on about your day. People lash out all the time, but it's internal.
What is your goals with the food for thought? What is it? What's your final goal? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Food for thought. Maybe next year. I want it to be like a festival. It's almost a festival this year. We gotta get out that field and find a bigger space so we can do more, have more vendors, give away way more produce, have educators, more demos, more speakers, more engaging events for the kids. Maybe teaching farming, in-home farming, or farming your own land outside. Just bigger and better as far as we can take it. Over the next 5 years, we've done this before in different neighborhoods. Maybe we can take food for thought. We will take food for thought from just one event and tour schools, go to different communities and do these demos inside the schools, give the information there, because everybody may not make it out to our event and their parents don't get the information. So we go to the school and do it. A kid takes home a pamphlet. Hey, mom, hey, dad, I look what they made at school. This is what we did today. Can we do this at home? And now you have the conversation with the child as if, hey, this is what I want. And nobody dismisses a kid. Like, kids rule the world.
Something, when I was coming up, we had track gardens, and we were all involved with growing our vegetables. And I can remember being probably second or third grade, where you had these little containers, little cardboard containers, and you got some seeds and you watched everyone in the classroom got to take it home and admire this plant growing. I think that might be a good idea. That's a starting point.
Yeah, definitely.
To get someone to donate those cards and actually get the dirt and give one of those to the children and have them seeing what it is to grow. Because our communities, we've got so many empty lots just in the inner city that every street could have their own garden.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be a good way for people in the neighborhood to come together. They can bring their children and bond and grow and go right down the street and eat. And eat healthy, because you're not going to be spraying all the chemicals on your vegetables.
Exactly. And it's crazy. A lot of people don't know. We got a farm here that do that. It's on 82nd and Kinsman. It's called Ridolph Farms.
Yes.
And they from farm to plate instantly. So that's where I feel like people should want to be, from farm to plate, because then you know what you're eating. It ain't
Right.
no question. You know what's sprayed on it because you sprayed it on it. You know what's in it because you grew it.
Right. Tell people about the Ridolph Farms.
Ridolph Farms, I don't know too much about it, but I do know they everything is fresh. I know that land is owned by people that look like us. They got that land because it was a fire, I believe, a while back, and they didn't want it. So what they did was they took the soil, they remade it into fresh soil. They got a lot of green tanks and a lot of irrigations to grow food down there. So shout out to Ridolph. They doing real like big things. I was down there for the interventions circle, and the guy
Yes.
said he's about to get 2 more acres of land. So,
Wasn't that amazing? And the food was delicious. That salad had the kitchen sink in it, and it had such a great taste. And they're, and I understand they're open during the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can go there, you can eat, you can purchase things, and their garden in the back is just humongous. So this is just really awesome. Give our listeners again the information for your event that's coming up and the date and time.
okay, so yeah, we got Food for Thought. It's our third annual food drive, Food for Thought. We are doing it August 13th from 12 to 5. It's going to be between 124th and 125th St. Clair Avenue, right across the street from the Savor Lot. If you know the Glenville area or you know where Open Pit is, you can't drive past or miss us.
Excellent. And now I want to ask you, so what mindset or source of strength allowed you to overcome your setback? Because you mentioned to me that you had a setback,
Yeah.
or we all do, but
Yeah, so 2021, for those who don't know, I suffered from a sudden cardiac death. Um, I was dead on the spot. Ambulance arrived about 15, 20 minutes later. They revived me in the back of the ambulance. I was in a coma for 7 days, and they told my family I wouldn't be awake for about 6 months if I was to wake up. Woke up in 7 days, and when my people told me my first words was, it's like I got to do the food drive. I got to work on the album. Like I really initially woke up like excited. Like I tried to brush that off as fast as I could. But what really came was they put a defibrillator in my chest, and it shocked me inappropriately, and that like traumatized me for real. I began to suffer from PTSD. I wouldn't really go outside. I didn't want to do anything for real. And I had some good friends around me that's like, nah, like it's summertime. You done educated us. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna say it like this. I planted seeds in people, and those seeds grew and became the fruit that nourished me back to my health.
praise God.
So that's literally what happened. People were sending me information to read, and my friends come pick me up to make me go on walks in the park, to see sunsets, to really appreciate the life that the way I know how, and that's what really got me back on my feet. And seeing like the first food drive, because I did that later on that year. It was like, okay, we can do this, and just hunger. Like I couldn't stop. I was here for a reason. So a lot of people, probably would have gave up. I just couldn't.
So you found your purpose.
Yeah.
That is really, truly amazing. So, see, it just go to show you that we all have a purpose here. And, life changes will help you find your purpose. And that was a good thing. I mean, it was a bad thing, but it was a good thing for you. Because now look at what you're doing.
All right.
You're making a difference in other people's lives. And that's what we have to do.
Yeah, that's our job. That's everybody's job, really. You know what I'm saying? Be the difference and be the growth for the youth to see, because they got it next.
Yes, because that's our future.
Yep.
Yep, and we have to take them and show them. So if you wanted to, I ask you, give our audience a word, a young person today, a word of motivation.
Ooh, man. Okay. So I'm going to give them something that I learned today. Emotions can be used as tools, but you don't have to use them in the way that you've seen the world use them. I'm going to give anger as an example. A lot of people like to shout. You don't have to shout at someone. You could talk to them calmly. You can actually talk softly to force them to listen to you a little bit more. But when you shout at somebody, you're just trying to get them to submit to your will, and that's what you're using anger to do. So you don't have to use anger. You can use kindness and get the same result.
Awesome. So see, try that. You'll go far. And I just want to say thank you for coming on and being a guest. Please come out and support this event. Come and get you some good vegetables and fruit. Also, you're going to be having a drawing. Tell them about the drawing.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
we got a live artist coming out, and we'll be raffling off a painting by them. We also gonna be raffling off a laptop and a few other things. So yeah, come out to the event. Shout out to my partner, my lady Donisha Jones, because Queen of Fundraising definitely helped me put this together and make it bigger. And shout out to all my other partners. So yeah, it's a big event.
And you've got a lot of sponsors here.
Yeah.
So that is, you've got a lot of support backing you.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I want to get into. I ain't started teaching yet, but people know me as a master networker because I didn't notice a lot of people don't know how to talk to people. But that's a skill that I have to go up to anybody and really have a conversation and dig deep, not just to see what I can get from them, but to get to know them and see if we are a benefit as a friendship or a business partnership. And it's not too hard, and a lot of people don't know how to network and keep or build those relationships. So I want to start teaching that as well because that's healthy.
Is there a phone number if someone wants to reach out to you and help you with what you're doing?
Yeah, there. You can give these two numbers a call: 216-548-9476. And if you're looking for more information about GotNac, Food for Thought, you can call 216-312-8402.
Excellent. Give that number one more time before
That's
we go.
216-312-8402.
Thank you so much, Mr. James. Now that's what's going on today. Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235.